Hello, welcome back to this game.
Welcome back to, this is definitely SWAT 4, isn't it?
Yeah, you can tell from the gameplay similarities.
Okay. Yeah, welcome to Urban Chouse.
Well, how are we going to help maintain the peace this time?
With guns!
This is Channel 7 News.
This is Lanny York reporting for Channel 7 News. In a story of heroism and courage, Adam Wolf is safe thanks to T-Zero hero Nick Mason. Mason rescued Wolf from his kidnappers with the help of emergency services. Wolf has released a statement vowing to stop the gangs once and for all. Shift It will crush the city. That shocking statement from Lucian Hotspeed, previous leader of a faction of the Burners. Since his arrest, Hotspeed has confirmed that Shift It was involved in Adam Wolf's kidnapping. Hotspeed told the FBI that Shift It formed an army to show America that it's vulnerable and weak. In response, police raided Shift It offices this morning and found weapons and attack plans. Now it appears company officials are the masterminds of the gang attacks. Many of its employees are missing, including CEO Aman Kang. In other breaking news, T-Zero hero Nick Mason's home was firebombed early this morning. Mason was on duty at the time and was uninjured in the attack. Finally, some positive news for Mayor Riot. The allegations of his involvement in gang torture have been revealed as completely false. The claims were traced to Gabe Peeps. Peeps planned to discredit the mayor and then run for office himself. He was arrested today in Panama. We've just been informed of another gang attack. This time, Angel Heights, which is known as the dangerous housing project, has been overrun by gangs. Emergency workers are trapped inside. T-Zero is on the scene. More on this story as it unfolds. Channel 7, first for news in your city.
You first.
Yep, the most notorious terrorists of all, U-Haul.
So we've been fighting corporate goons this whole time.
Yep.
You know, the actions and general attitude of the Burners makes a lot more sense when you look at them as a gang created by executive committee.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, what have we seen about gangs in, I don't know, movies or rumors or our rich uncles rantings? We'll have them do that.
Yep. The gangs have learned our secret.
Yep. That's the first time that the only time that a specific enemy is introduced in that way.
And they are mean cusses, because they not only have shields, but they are equipped with the Magnum.
We'll go into more detail about the Magnum in a little bit. First we have to deal with a chain gun.
Gatling gun.
Mr. Gatling, once again you've returned to plague us.
Yeah, there's a real, actual difference between chain guns and Gatling guns.
Well, since the people in this level have gotten it wrong, let's educate them.
Well, a Gatling gun is a gun with several barrels that rotate on a central axis in order to reduce heat held up in each barrel. A chain gun is usually an autocannon where the action is driven by an actual chain rather than blowback.
Yeah. By the way, going back to check that alley, looked like it didn't do anything, but actually, there was a reason for it. If you go and look in there right at the start, it prevents guys from spawning later.
Mm-hmm.
Well, also, it's very important for me to go into that level from the left side rather than the right, because that's the only way you can get that little peek and hit the gunner's head without him being able to shoot you back.
Can't you just block the Gatling gun all the time?
Well, sure, but that way it's harder to get an opportunity to shoot him.
And the shooting never stops, I guess?
Well, when you're in line of sight, it is really hard to get a break, yes. Now, they do have your strengths, those guys with shields, but you've encountered your weaknesses often enough so that you should be able to exploit them too.
Throw a grenade behind them.
Yep. That is a very reliable way of doing it.
So, are there enough peeps in this level for both arrests and headshots?
Not as... well, hold on. There's this wounded guy, but let's go after what's really important first.
Okay.
Technically, there probably is if you're amazing at getting headshots with the minigun at the end. Or a Gatling gun. Let's just call it that.
Minigun is a kind of Gatling gun.
Okay. Anyway, if you're amazing at getting headshots with the Gatling gun, then probably. But I wasn't able to pull it off. And since I don't feel like doing the Gatling gun sequence over and over, this is what we're getting.
Fair enough. The police are here.
Yep. That one arrived at the scene really fast, huh? Well, so, those guys with the shields. My brother is right, they pack magnums, and I don't know whether a hit from a magnum or a direct hit from a rocket launcher does more damage. I didn't bother to get hit by a rocket launcher last time. Maybe I could have checked. Anyway, of the guns that you'll actually face through most of the game, the magnums are the most damaging.
Oh, that guy exploded for no reason.
Now there was a bomb thrower up there.
Okay.
Well, I decided to go the headshot route this time. It's not that hard to get enough captures because there's some of these guys with cleavers. Yep, they make a return.
Oh, I thought they were smarter than that.
Yeah, well, I guess even a massive corporation-like Shift that can't afford those fancy assault rifles for everyone.
Uh-huh.
Well, I actually feel a lot better now that I know we've been killing corporate goons this whole time. It also explains why every last one of them is white.
They all fight to the death.
That too.
Wonder what the hourly rate is for corporate ganging.
Probably minimum wage.
Of course.
They'll say that they work on commission, i.e. anything you can loot.
Oh, that's the old way of doing mercenarying.
Yeah. I wonder if they're seeing if they can get this whole Shadowrun thing started.
They'd need more goons.
Well, this might just be a test. Like, if it works out well enough, other corporations will join in.
Well, the real center of corporate power in the Shadowrun setting is that corporations are effectively sovereign nations.
Yeah, but they had to get that power somehow. Well, so, behavior when nothing else is happening. It is possible to do this, that is, zap them right after they shield bash you, but it's pretty risky. It's safer if you move to the side, away from their shield, but I was blocked in that direction.
Uh-oh, they're a gang leader.
Yeah. So, a couple ways to deal with them. When they start shooting at you, they have a long delay between their shots, because they have recoil. So that's one way. Another thing is that if they decide to just run at you, that's another chance. And I'm going to use the Magnum in this building.
Oh, nice.
I missed. He didn't. That's a problem. I won't do that again. Anyway, so the Magnum is actually probably the first burner weapon that's really worth using that has an advantage over your police stuff, which is that it kills in one body shot.
Yipe. I would also like to note, by the way, that it basically uses the sound effect commonly used for the Matt Hagnum in Dirty Harry.
Yes. Also, like in Resident Evil, it will cause a head explode on any head hit. That being said, I don't... it's not really my style because any other weapon is also fine for headshots, and... Well, you've probably noticed my procedure in this game is to maybe get a body shot to hold them still long enough to get a headshot, and a Magnum doesn't do that.
It does something.
Well, they do stay still after the first shot, that's for sure.
Well, and there was the suicide bomber.
Yep. They do that by default when you get close to them. Like, any of the throwers will do that as well. It's just that these place them so close to you at the start that they do that. Anyway,
Backdraft.
if you're... Yep, backdraft. So if you're going for medals, a Magnum is not amazing because it's a bit less accurate than your other guns, and if you miss a headshot, you don't get a second chance. On the other hand, if you just want to complete a level, Magnums are great.
Also, if you want to find out how lucky your opponents actually feel.
In this setting? Wow, I just blocked that self-explosion thing. I really wish I had that shield in Killer 7.
You have other tools in Killer 7.
Well, there are two drawbacks to the Magnum. One is awful recoil. If you miss, you're probably going to have some problems. The other... Well, actually, there's three. The second is slow reload. And the third is that you don't get a huge amount of ammo, especially in the level where the Magnum first appears, because you get 6 shots per enemy that drops the gun.
There he is. Help me, please.
So how many civilians are there? 3?
Oh, well, we've already rescued one person. This is the second. But the third one doesn't really count as a civilian, though.
Ah, okay. What is it, like a cop?
Yeah. Yeah. So, because of its many problems, the only time I use the Magnum is right here to show it off. And in general, it's much better in narrow corridors than with places with long fields of fire.
That's where you use your controversial pistol.
Yeah. So did you... Okay, it's actually fairly late in the game, so I can't really say you can use the Magnum a lot, but once you got the opportunity, was it a weapon you favored?
Yes. It's a Magnum. I'm not going to not use it.
Actually, and it's perfectly fair if you don't know the answer to this one, are Magnums actually difficult to get?
Let's see. In this game or in the real life?
I'm thinking the real life.
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. Yeah, the real issue, the real clue that something is up is those extremely shady assault rifles.
Oh, yeah. I mean, all fully automatic assault rifles are shady for private citizens to be hauling around, but those are especially shady.
You're looking a little better now. I've got 2 more packs than you need.
So you've probably noticed that there's a lot of back and forth in this mission. Now, my brother is of the opinion that this is, I'd say, what is it, the hardest level or the second hardest?
I wouldn't say it's the hardest.
Looks like you've been busy. Have you thought of not killing everyone you see?
No.
Not in this playthrough. Well, I'm going for the headshot medal after all.
Skulls for the Skull Throne.
Well,
The rest is up to you. It's dangerous down there, man.
I'd say that no specific encounter is more difficult than some of the ones we encountered last level. However, Angel Heights is really long, and there are a couple of places where if you do mess up badly enough, you could get gun down pretty much on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you got caught between two of those shield magnum guys.
Speaking of which, there are a lot of them in this room.
There sure are. And one thing I kind of don't like about them is that they slow down the game. Especially if they're far away and I can't throw a riot grenade at them.
That was just an assault rifle guy, so he's no problem.
Yeah. Here there's two shield guys at different angles, so it's a little tricky. Well, until they do things like that. That's the problem when you give these shields to guys who are not the most patient. Ooh, that was close.
Oh, you got the headshot. Any more y'all in there? Oh, we must collect evidence.
Yes, evidence of wrongdoing. I'm imagining that the burners had all these cleavers guys who are just begging for a chance to do something, and they finally said, alright, we'll send you into this part of the city. Don't screw things up too bad. Now, this is highly unusual. I've never seen a shield guy just run forward like that on sight. You just saw a few of them before. You know how conservative they usually are. Like, there, it happened again.
Are you complaining that much, though?
Well, okay, not really. It does help me deal with them faster. Also, smoke grenades. Still useful. Even though this place is overall very wide, the entrance is narrow enough for me to pull off shenanigans like this.
Man, there are just too many of these.
Well, it's plenty of magnum ammo, at least.
Okay.
Yeah. The worst thing that they can do is slowly walk up to you, because then you can't really deal with them without a riot grenade. Anything else leaves them open.
Hostage taker.
And he's got a magnum too. And one thing I appreciate, let's have a magnum duel first of all. And second of all, if you pay attention, they do have to reload every 6 shots. Since I have my headshot quota, I can be a little bit more loose cannon with the magnum.
Let's see.
For some reason, throwing that thing automatically reloads his gun. Oh, there is one more risky thing about the Magnum.
Which is?
If at any point in the level you accidentally shoot an ally, that's also an instant kill and you fail the mission.
You're... Okay.
Well, with great power, blah blah blah.
Might as well turn all that stuff off.
Yeah, for safety reasons. Also, you'll have to bring that cop guy through here later.
Oh, and he'll just run through the flames?
I don't actually know.
Oh, time to deal with this jerk.
Uh-oh, he's standing in front of something. You know what that means.
Well, that wasn't so bad. Oh, he's still alive.
Fuck your family up when I find your mother. She's gonna pay. I'm gonna cut the bitch, cut her up, make
This-
her bleed, make her scream. You'll see, you fucking big bastard.
Whoa, that's scary. What's this button do?
Nice!
Really is zero tolerance. Thanks, Mason. Grabbed me after they rammed my vehicle off the road. Hope my partner's okay.
Oh, that was the guy who was driving that car!
Yep.
Down once and for all.
Mask.
Mask. Yeah, that's the other reason to shut off all those valves.
Nice work. Now let's move.
Now, at this point, I have to admit I got kind of nervous because really long level, and thanks to real-life issues, I have a limited time to complete this series. I didn't want to have to go through all this again.
So you just shot everybody.
Well, I meant... That's what I always do. What I mean is, I shot poorly.
Ah.
Like, I took a lot of damage from just those 2 assault rifle guys, and I needed the cops' help to deal with the last one.
Well, that's what the cops are there for.
Yeah, that's true. Usually all they're there to do is steal your headshots and captures, but I'm beyond caring about it at this point.
We won't hold out much longer here.
Didn't miss that time, though.
Get down. You're under arrest. Cover me.
Wait, that guy had a rifle and he ran right for you.
Yeah, where did that come from?
Concerned citizen.
I mean, it's a video game / action movie scene, so of course those things are gonna show up out of nowhere.
Checkpoint.
Alright, fun story. The first time, I didn't notice that I could heal here.
A little better now.
So
Really?
So I went into the next section with really low health, and you're gonna see exactly how bad that is when I go in.
Get to that chain gun. Use it against these bastards.
Because we got a minigun sequence again.
Yeah, well, don't forget to explore around here.
Yeah, once you get on that chain gun, you can't back off. So the moment you press the gun,
The gun button.
you can miss the mask. Don't do that.
Okay, this is a long one.
This is a long one.
And enemies will be throwing around everything except magnums.
Yeah, I really appreciate that they didn't bring one of those. The problem is a lot of them can show up at once, and not always in places that are easy to see. That's the worst, though, because the bombs will, first of all, they'll cause the frames per second to drop a lot, and second, of course, the screen shake and smoke will make aiming tough. And look at all these guys. The other chain gun sequences weren't like this. I'm sorry, Gatling gun sequences. I don't know my guns.
That's what I'm here for.
You also, not that you need me to tell you this, but I am awful at headshots with this. Also, that guy is brave.
No, all the gang members were shot, so...
Yeah, but I just shot a whole bunch of guys who ran in front of me just like he did.
Yeah, but they weren't cops. And you got the gangsman.
Steve George reporting live for Channel 7 over the burning shell of the Angel Heights housing project. As you know, I've been skeptical of T-Zero, but all that changed when I watched T-Zero in action. Nick Mason was like some kind of machine as he single-handedly took down a burner gun emplacement before turning it on the gang in the climax to a brutal battle that left many of our city's finest dead or wounded. Do I think the politics of T-Zero are correct? I still don't know. What is certain, however, is this. Nick Mason is a real hero, and I, for one, won't be saying another word against him. Now, back to Lonnie in the studio.
He's learned to enjoy our bloodlust.
Yes. Although, in fairness to him, the politics behind T-Zero are terrifying when applied against any enemy that's not the burners. Any enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See what we get for our troubles.
You have unlocked an extra pistol clip.
Yeah, because we've been short on ammo.
Ooh, next level, well, if you thought the last one was tough...
Welcome to level 10.
We'll see you then.
We will. Goodbye.
Goodbye.